Welcome back to another episode of the Conversations with Friends podcast. I'm your host, Bree, and every week I'm having necessary conversations with different friends of the show from all walks of life. So we keeping on with the theme of motherhood this month, and this week I wanted to talk to some other mothers that are entrepreneurs just like myself. But before we dive deep into the conversation, I'm gonna let y'all introduce yourselves.
Hey, y'all, I'm Sakinah.
Hi, I'm Khasauna.
Hey, y'all. So before we get started, I like to break the ice a little bit, and we're going to do this or that, a little rapid fire. Okay. Passion or money?
Passion.
Passion, most definitely.
Heels or sneakers?
Sneakers.
I'm kind of, I like both. I just got my shoe collection up, so I've been dibbing and dabbing in the dunks, but I'll put on a heel also. So pretty much as long as it's a chunky heel. I'm not doing those stilettos or any of that anymore because these feet have to be comfortable.
Okay.
But yeah, I can do both.
I've always been a heels person. But like my sister is the one, she really started buying me shoes. Actually, she would buy me shoes, but she would buy herself shoes and they'd be too small. And she'd be like, here, you can have these shoes. And I'm like, oh, these are cute. Yeah. I can still be girly with them or whatever. But nowadays, I'm choosing sneakers before a heel.
I feel like the wave of sneakers, though, is like really big and on trend now, too. So everybody's kind of moving.
It is.
Sneakers. Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of like a society thing. Like back then, we didn't have Instagram, social media to see other versions of you can still be girly and wear tennis shoes. It was like back in the day, it was just like you're a woman, you're a lady, you wear heels.
My thing is my son, so I'm having to buy more shoes for him, and so I'm like, oh, we can get matching pairs, So it made me, get into it.
Yeah. Summer vacation or year-round school for your kids?
Summer vacation.
Yeah.
You remember we went to Shadydale? You remember they had year-round school when we was young? Girl, I was like, I think, before I went to Shadydale, I was in school in Louisiana. And so when I moved to Texas, I felt like when I went there, I was like, is this just how school is in Texas?
And now that I think about it, what were they even
What were they thinking?
I think Shadydale was the only elementary school, too. I don't think every other school
in North Forest and stuff? Wow.
Yeah.
Year-round, child. We was I think we had like 2-week breaks sometimes, but they still would send you home with work to do.
You need a break.
Okay. Beach vacation or mountain vacation?
Beach.
Please.
Yes.
Because what we doing in the mountains and why we out there?
Looking at nature, climbing.
I mean, the scenic is good, but if it's, one or the other, definitely the beach. I need to be by some water,
I feel like I can see the scenery while I'm headed to the beach.
Yeah. I think California, the mountains, probably close to the mountains. I want to do.
Yeah, we ain't got to be up in there.
Yeah.
I definitely
even Colorado, going to Colorado, even driving in the mountains was a little bit too much. Yeah. So, I don't have to.
I feel like that same way about LA. Like driving up and down them hills, baby, I had to close my eyes a lot of times. And then also too, I feel like vacation's supposed to be like relaxing.
I don't want to be hitting no bugs,
working hard. Like
that's not me.
Me and my son went on a cruise one time, and he wanted to go zip lining for our excursion. And why I did that, I didn't know it was gonna be a workout. That was a whole workout, having to walk up all of them stairs, having to hike to the different posts and stuff. I'm like, this is not what the vacation was supposed to be.
It's supposed to be relaxing.
Yes. Date night in or out?
I'm a homebody, so I'm gonna say in.
Yeah.
You in too?
I don't know. I would say at this point out because I'm already in. Like I don't go out really, so I'll stay in the house. But I'm not opposed to being in the house. Like it's not like a must. Like we don't have to go to dinner. We can do some in sometimes. But you want to get up, dress cute. You used to just being chill.
I guess for that part, but I'm more on the creative side, so I can kind of, whip it up in the house
and dress up cute for the living room.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like the older that I get, now I'm becoming that stay in type of person. Like, I like to go out to some places sometimes. So I like to try new restaurants and stuff like that. But at the same time, I could do something creative and yes, and it's like also too, I don't know, I'll be feeling like I don't sometimes with like what I do for a living, like what we do, we talk to people all the time, we're around people all the time, and sometimes I just be wanting to be just away from people sometimes. Yeah. Or just like with even just ripping and running with the kids and doing all those things. It's like, can we just get cute for the house sometimes?
Me and my husband, we was like, oh, it's Cinco de Mayo. We're going to go out, have some drinks. Girl, he was like, yeah, we're going to just call and get it in. Like, you know, you work yourself up to it, but it's like, no.
When the time comes, it's like, I had a day.
I don't know. I guess because I'm not married yet. So probably when I get married, yeah, for sure. But you know, I don't want to be going to a random, man's house, and I don't want him coming to mine. So
that's different.
Yeah,
same thing. And then also too, I don't want to condition a man to make me just stay at home all the time either. Yeah. So I definitely get you on that one. Simple or glam?
It depends. Yeah. I'm glam. Yeah.
I'm simple. Yeah.
I'm more simple these days. Like, you see, I ain't got on no makeup. I be feeling like I don't be having time to do all of that sometimes. I just don't be feeling it.
I think in this industry too, because I know I be looking crazy going to work.
Me too.
Unfortunately, but the time that I can get glammed up, I'm
coming.
I'm going to go all the way.
You do. I'll be seeing you on Instagram.
Yeah. One time every quarter.
Yes. The fashions be fashioning. Yeah. So would y'all rather grocery delivery pickup or to go in the store and go grocery shopping yourself?
Oh. See, the thing is, it's convenient to go and get curbside. But you spend so much more money when you're going inside. I like to pick out my own produce because I feel like they just be giving you anything. But it's all about convenience these days.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, definitely. I am a delivery lady at this point. Like, I'm gonna order some groceries.
Cut down on the time.
Yeah, because if I go in a grocery store with $100 budget, I'm probably coming out
it's never
$250.
Because you're gonna see something else that you didn't think about that you need.
I'm getting all the snacks for the kids. We trying all the new stuff.
Oh, this might be good.
Yes.
Let me try this.
I find myself like doing the delivery. I can actually look at what's needed, go down the list, pick it, and then I'm still wonder a little bit, like when the little extra pop-ups come up, like guacamole.
Did you forget this? You ordered this last time.
I can add that, but no, I definitely like the convenience of the delivery at this point with the busy schedule, for sure.
Yeah, it's smart. Home cooked meal or a restaurant?
I'm a home cook.
Home cook.
I mean, because you be cooking down. Okay. Yes.
I don't like to do all the cooking, but I do prefer.
Yeah, it just tastes better.
Yeah.
Laundry or dishes?
Ugh.
Neither.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm choosing dishes, though. Because laundry, you're going to wash it, but you're not going to fold it.
Yeah.
And it's never ending.
That part. Yeah. I'll do the laundry, the washing them part. Like, when it come to folding, it's like that basket over there. They're going to be sitting in there. And I'm going to do it when I get the time.
Child, let me tell you, the other day, me and my sister stayed together, and her friend had came over, and I think she was like needing a t-shirt or something. And so my sister pulled out her drawer, and everything was all folded all nicely, neatly, and organized. And her friend has a child too, and she was like, "You think you better than me?" She didn't even say nothing about the clothes yet. She was like, "You think you better than me?" And she was like, "Why? Why your clothes all folded and you ain't got no laundry just hanging around?" I was like, "Child, maybe it's a mama thing. I don't know what it is."
Don't have kids?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Child," because that laundry just be never ending, and it's like I'll get to it when I get to it.
And it'd be like, how does it pile up like that?
Yes.
So fast? Like, come on.
Because it don't stop. That's why.
Yeah. They're going to be clean, but they're going to be sick.
Mm-hmm. Currently, that's my...
But my kids are at the age now where we'll wash them, but y'all got to fold them.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, we go to their room, we have to say, okay, now y'all have one more day. And they got to be folded because they'll do the same thing.
Yeah.
They'll
Right.
just wait until,
Yeah, and then because I do the same thing with my oldest son, and then I'll go look in his drawer, and everything is just thrown in there. And sir, this is why you can't find the clothes. Yes. Fold them up before you put them up, sir, please. Girls trip or vacation?
I don't have a bae right now, so I'm girl tripping it out.
Okay.
I'm going to say vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in my soft girl era
I know that's
now,
right.
So
You decide.
I don't mind a girl's trip, but I'm definitely going vacation first.
With your man, huh? Get up early or sleep in?
Yeah, I'm up.
Yeah.
Up early. Mm-hmm.
I be begging for a day to sleep in. Be crying for it.
But then when you get that day to sleep in,
body
up.
still be up.
Yeah, so
It's
I'm
like
up.
now,
It's so annoying.
I'm accustomed to waking up. Like I wake up like 5:30, 5:45
Same.
every morning.
Same.
Okay, well, I don't wake up till like 6:30 or something. But yeah.
Yeah, it's the same for me. And that's why it be annoying because it's like on the days when I do want to sleep in, it's like body still waking up.
Yeah.
But you know what? Last week I started taking what is that? I think it's ZQL have those sleep gummies.
Mm-hmm.
And that stuff allows me to really sleep. But I was like, also too, I don't like taking too much of stuff because I don't like I don't want to ever get addicted to anything. Right. But then I was like, but this is letting me really like stay asleep.
Do you feel like it relaxes you? Like, like, okay.
Yeah, I can. So now, because I've did it like 3 days now. And I feel like by the third day, I was like, okay, I feel myself like really releasing and relaxing and stuff. And yeah, because it says it has melatonin and the ashwagandha thing in it. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's just not getting to the point where you have to have that. You want to get your body accustomed to that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So this is the last one, and this got 3 different options because of what we do. Would you rather have a maid, nanny, or an assistant?
I'm going to say assistant because she can be the nanny and the maid.
She can go pick up them kids for me.
Yeah, I'm going to say assistant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say the maid. Only because sometimes I don't have the time, to actually sit and clean like how I would want it. Versus like I'll do like every Sunday, but sometimes I might need it like twice a week. So, yeah, the maid.
Yeah, that's normally my choice is the maid, but I feel like I can go with the assistant and then I can have the assistant to hire the maid. Schedule it for me. Because I'm going to still need the maid.
She can do everything.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Because I always be like, man, I just wish I had somebody that could... Sometimes I'll be saying, I wish I could just go like drop my body off somewhere, my head be somewhere else, like I could be in different places at one time. Because I be wishing I just... can take care of it all, and it just don't be working out like that.
Not enough time in a day for sure.
Yes. So let's go ahead and jump into these topics. I wanted to start off by just letting the audience get a little bit familiar with you guys. So I want y'all to first tell us how many kids y'all have.
I have 4. I have 3 plus my bonus baby. So 4 boys.
All boys.
All boys.
Bless
plus
your
my
heart.
husband. I'm the queen.
Okay.
Of the castle, but yes, I have 4 boys.
Yeah.
I have 1 son. He is 6.
This is a whole #boy mom situation again. 6. And so how old are your kids?
My oldest, he'll be 14 in June. My middle child, he's 11. He was the baby for so long. And then I have my stepson who's 7, and I just had a baby, and he just turned 1 in February.
Okay.
So,
February what?
4th.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm February 26th.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so... it's a huge gap between the 11-year-old and the 1-year-old because my 11-year-old was the baby for so long.
How did he adjust?
He is still trying to adjust. If we're going to be real about it, yeah. that's my hip baby. And he like, dang, mama, first of all, you brought me another brother, my stepbrother. I gotta not
be the baby
no more. And then, mama, you ain't got pregnant.
You got the nerve enough to go have one.
Yes, but I mean, he's slowly getting there, but he is definitely
he's still working on it.
He got middle child syndrome for sure.
Oh, child, it's something about the middle kids.
Yes, he does.
I don't know if I haven't met a middle child that wasn't special, and I'm saying so like they crazy. Just what is it?
I don't know, but I just started realizing. I'm like, middle child syndrome is a thing.
It's real.
It's real. Yeah, he definitely has it.
Yeah. And I know you're married. I know you're not married, but are you dating? You single?
I just recently started to try to get back out there
in them streets.
And date. But
how's that treating you?
It ain't going good. It's a whole struggle out here.
Okay.
I hear the dating pool is not
it's not
that great.
It's not what it is.
Yeah.
And I feel like there are men that are capable, but the social media thing, you know, just a lot of women that don't have certain standards. You know, it's like it's easy.
They taint the dating pool.
Yeah, it's tainted for sure. Yeah, so.
It is, because I always be saying, I be feeling like I have come across guys that expect so much out of me, but it's because they've been with a woman that just did so much for them, and then now they single and they back out here expecting for the next woman to do those same things. Yeah. And I ain't taking care of no man. That be the much. I'm not doing none of that. Or they just be damaged and not healed from past things.
Yeah. That's so important.
Or, and I hate to say this, but I feel like a lot of these men mamas don't be raising them right. They be coddling them.
And you know, with us being boy moms, that is like a big thing, you know. And a single mom, of course, it's like trying to make sure that you do raise, you know, them properly.
Right.
They don't turn into the men that are on that level, you know. Yeah.
I'm very conscious about that, because I'm like, I do not want to raise no sorry black man.
Yes.
I want you to be well-rounded.
My friend, she made a post. She was like, at what age do you make your kids start doing chores? And I'm like, now. Because there's no way. And I tell my kids all the time, y'all are not going to grow up and think a woman is going to take care of y'all. So, no, you're going to fold your clothes. You're going to clean your bathroom. You're going to take care of yourself, because if you don't have a woman, who's going to do it for you?
Exactly.
Yeah. That's my main thing. Like, you have to know how to do these things, you know, so.
Before you get out here in relationships with people and can't do it. Can't do nothing for yourself. Yeah. So, I know that you're married, so you have your husband. Are y'all's kids' fathers around, like in their like involved in the parenting with them?
Well, my kid's dad was, but you know, the boy's dad passed away. So up until then, I mean, I'm happy that my husband came. God placed him at the right time, because I probably amazing. Would have been going crazy right now. But I mean, it was all God's time, and that was part of the reason why I went full time with entrepreneurship too, because I was working, and then their dad passed away, and I was like, although my husband is here, I need to be more present with them now. And so that kind of pushed me to kind of just take a step back from the corporate world. And here we are now. So
how are they coping with that, like losing their dad?
You know, as time goes by, I think it's getting harder than what it was. My oldest son, he has a better understanding of what's going on. But my little baby, Cody, he still has the questions like, why? Why did it happen? What, you know?
Because you're a kid and you
don't know. And I think for him too, it happened right around his birthday. So it's really a situation that he has to deal with. And it's hard. It is very hard. I'm not going to say it's easy. I'm not going to play like, oh, it's going to be okay. But it is definitely a hard situation to deal with. Yeah.
Because, I mean, I think that's something that impacts you for the rest of your life, too.
Yeah, because, I mean, my oldest son, I mean, both of them are athletes, but my oldest, I mean, he's about to be in high school now. You know, he has the times where he's like, I wish my daddy was here, because his dad was very active when it came to, you know, the football games, and we were all there together. But, I mean, now he has his moments where he's like, oh, I wish he was here. So,
I'm sorry.
Right.
It's okay. I mean, you know, they say, "Oh, you so strong," but sometimes you gotta. Y'all have to check on
your strong people for sure.
Because I mean, it is definitely a lot.
It's a lot because it's also like, you know, you have to watch your kids experience it. You go through it too because, you know, who wants their children to be without their father? So it's like but you was like you also too as a mom, you try to stay strong for your kids and.
I be like, oh God, you know, I kind of gotta be that cheerleader for them, but in the back, I'm like, Jesus,
I feel it too.
Yeah,
yeah. Is your son's dad involved?
He tries to be, but is inconsistent, and so. You know, that's the thing that I try to talk to him about. Like, being inconsistent with him does not, you know, help him
at all.
And so I kind of try to, you know, like guard it a little bit the best I can. Because I never, you know, tell him, you know, oh, your dad is supposed to come. And then he doesn't come. And then my son will be looking at me like, you know, where's my dad asking me questions? So I'll never do that, you know. But that's my main thing in my prayer is that he becomes more consistent with him. And I don't know. It's like I've told him, it's more so like you don't see that you are in a position, like you're trying to get yourself together. Well, when Connor came, I had to get it together right then. Like, I didn't have the opportunity.
The time to.
You know what I'm saying? So I just want that same kind of energy reciprocated. And it's not, you know, all the time. When he is present, he's good with him. My son enjoys it. But like I said, I don't want that inconsistency with him.
Because children need consistency.
Yes,
they breed off of that.
Yeah.
I went through the same thing with my oldest son's dad, the same thing, and I felt that same feeling. I'm like, I don't have the opportunity to just pick up and put down when I'm gonna be a mama. But meanwhile, you haven't skipped a beat. You just living your life like it's golden. It's like, whoo, child. And then I also went through that as a child too with my biological father. And so when I had my son, I was like, I don't want my kids to experience the same thing that I went through.
Yeah.
And I had those talks, and my son's father would tell me, "Can you just be patient with me?" Patience.
That word right
People
there.
around here dying is how I was feeling.
That word right there, like,
patience.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. We don't really, because at the time when I had my son, literally a month later, I had a friend that lost their child, and the child was 2 years old. And I'm like, we don't have time.
No.
Like, ain't no. How long I'm supposed to wait?
So I'm like, it don't matter what you feel is not right. Like, he's not looking at those things. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we know, but he don't know. I say, even like, if you can't do anything, take him to the park. You know, just that one-on-one quality time. You know, like something. Yeah.
I was listening to something, I think it was another podcast, and the man on there was saying, like, we think that our kids owe us this and owe us that. No, we owe them because
we decided to have them.
They didn't ask to be here. So at the end of the day, we supposed to do what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And my son always talks about when he's going to be rich and what he's going to all do for me. I was like, no, you don't have to do those things. I don't want you to feel obligated that you have to do anything for me because I brought you here.
Yes.
You don't have to do that. So how did y'all feel when y'all first became moms? Y'all nervous, excited?
Girl, I was young.
Both of my kids 14 too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think back then it was kind of like a oh shit moment with both of my kids, but I think that my third pregnancy was way more calming and relaxed because I think as you're older, you're mature now. So we prepare, we know what to do. But them early days, baby, honestly, with Cashton, my oldest son, my sister cousins, all of them raised him because, baby, I didn't know what I was doing. I did not know. And we was just young.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It was definitely like, what in the world?
When I was 30, so older, I had got to the point where I didn't even think I was. So my prayer was just like, Lord, I desire to be a mother, you know, if you bless me with that. So I was ready, you know. I wasn't ready to do it by myself.
Yeah.
But, you know, it is what it is. And God has seen me through thus far.
Yeah.
So I was excited, and I'm still excited through all the trials and tribulations.
Right.
Yeah, it's amazing. No better.
Yeah. My kids are 7 years apart. So I kind of, it's like I was pregnant with my first son when I was 19, and I got pregnant when I was 27. And so I was a totally different person at 27 than 19. 19, I was definitely like, somebody call Oprah, tell her to give me a minivan. Because how I'm going to take care of these kids. Because I was pregnant with triplets. That's why I say kids.
Yeah.
And I thought I was going to have 3. So I was just like, what I'm finna do? I was nervous, scared, all of that. But also, too, I think when you have a second child, too, like when you go into being pregnant again, your nerves are a little more calm because you have experienced it a little bit, too, before. And so you kind of know what to expect. And then I do think I was much more patient and relaxed this second time around than the first time because I was older. Yeah. Do y'all feel like, well, I ain't gonna say do y'all because I feel like I know it does. Motherhood changes you. How do you think it has changed you?
You know, I think that I realized my grandmother raised a house full of me, my sister, my cousins. We all was in cheerleading and baseball and dance and band. And now as I'm an older mom, I'm like, damn, my granny was strong. How did she do it? Like, never told us no for anything. How she did it, I don't know. And I think for me as a mom now, it's just like, it's taught me a lot of just being patient and present. With her being present, even though she was a single grandmother raising us, it just taught me to just be there for your kids no matter what. Like, you got to stop what you're doing. Like, those are your first priority.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, mine's he's just my drive, pretty much. I get out there and do it regardless of what's going on. If I can get up, I'm doing it, for him. So he motivates me, pushes me.
Yeah. Same. I feel like my kids are definitely a motivation, a driving force. Because it be times where I'll be like, I don't want to do nothing, and I'm like, well, I got people depending on me. I don't have that choice to just do nothing. And then also too, with being a single mother too, I always think about my oldest son. I'm like, well, if he ain't got me, he ain't got nobody because he don't have his biological dad around. I'm like, I can't give up. Yeah, and gotta be there for him. So what y'all do for a living? Let the people know.
I am a licensed esthetician. I do lashes all day long, all day, every day. I like to say I'm a full-time boy mom too because that is definitely a job.
I am a hairstylist, a mini salon owner. And I've been for, 16, a little bit over 16 years now.
OG.
I also tap into, I like to exercise all my gifts. So
that's right.
What God blesses me to do, I try to exercise it because that's how I keep flowing. So I also do decorating, like event decorating, and I do catering on the side. So, yeah, I can do a little bit of.
Look,
Speaking of, I was going to say, you do that too, right?
I do. That's like my little side thing. So mainly it is lashes, but my husband and I have like the party rental business too. So I do that and I do balloons. I've actually kind of taken a step back from that though. I still do it, but I focus more on growing my business. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think that, entrepreneurship, like, when I went that route, I just couldn't see myself like working. Like I even started school to go into engineering, but I'm like, can I really like work in the corporate world? And I just, I'm like entrepreneurship.
Let me tell you. Let me see. So I always wanted to be a hairstylist my whole life because my aunt was a hairstylist and she had a hair salon and I just grew up in there. But my mama used to be telling me, you too smart to just do hair. You need to go to college, get a degree, and get a real job. That's what she would say back then. And so I did that at first. And then and so along that journey, I also had jobs, but I always was quitting jobs.
Yeah.
I couldn't never stay in no job. It was like at the moment when you start to make me feel unhappy, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Because I'm not your property. That's how I always felt. And like, I ain't had no problem with quitting the job. So I knew I wasn't gonna work in no corporate world.
Right.
Yeah, and so my same aunt who had the hair salon, she had breast cancer. Then she beat that, but then she ended up getting liver cancer, and that ultimately took her away from us. But during her fight, she used to tell me, look at me, I'm fighting for my life. You have life, so you need to do what makes you happy. She kept saying that, and I was like, you know what? I went and quit that job and went quit college, and I enrolled in cosmetology school, and been rolling ever since. And I feel like it's the best thing I could have did for myself.
Speaking of that, I started too in corporate America. I was doing banking since 19. I did it for 13 years, and I just got tired of people telling me what to do. I mean, hated it. And I've always done, my little hustles on the side, but I got to the point, it was actually the Monday after Mother's Day 2 years ago. I was like, you know what? I'm going to quit.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough. Like, my business was booming. So I'm like, why are you still stressing yourself out at this job? Because the minute you do something wrong, these people going to fire you. They're not going to think twice about nothing.
Right.
I got up and, baby, I put that notice in, and everybody was like, you really quit? Yes. Yes, I did. Goodbye. And I never, thought to go back. Even to this day now, I'm like, I can't see myself.
How was I even there that long?
Yes. All of my employees actually, I quit, and it was a ripple effect. They all quit after me. And, we're still friends now to this day. And sometimes we talk to each other and we laugh about it, how the hell was we there that long?
Holding on to this job.
Girl, just there stressed out, mad and angry at the world. But I say, I gotta go.
Yeah.
You want to be in that place of peace, like what you're doing, So you have to be passionate about it.
Yeah, that's all I was just going to say. It's like peace and purpose and passion. And you want to feel good doing what you're doing, especially for something that you got to do for years and years and years.
I feel like I was in a toxic relationship. It was up and down, up and down, up and down. And I'm like, enough is enough. And that was it.
Yeah. So were y'all entrepreneurs before you became a mom, or did it happen? Oh, I know it happened after for you, right?
Yeah,
you were a mom first?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what about you? Were an entrepreneur first, right?
Yeah. I was an entrepreneur.
Yeah. How do y'all manage y'all time with being a mama and being an entrepreneur? Because I feel like as an entrepreneur too, your job is never done.
Yes.
You ain't off when you can't just clock out at 5:00 and be done, because then you got clients still calling you, texting you. It's stuff that you have to do for your business, and I don't be knowing how to manage it. But how y'all manage?
I was about to say, you have to set the time aside. Like Sundays, I'm not gonna respond to anything, and I'll respond Monday night because I'm going into the work week. And hey, I was enjoying my me time, but what's up now? Let's get to it. What you need?
So I've just recently started doing that, and it feels great.
And I'd be okay. I'd be like, even when they text, they be like, I'm so sorry, I'm texting you, I know you off, and
but they gonna still.
And it depends.
You're right.
They gonna still.
It depends on what it is. If it's something that I can answer, real quick, it's fine.
But if it's something that's gonna require us to go back and forth, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. I have a separate phone, so I literally, once I'm home, that phone goes in the bottom of my purse, and then I'll pick it back up the next day.
Yeah.
50 messages later, but you kind of got to just say, no, let me just take this time to be with my family, to do what I need to do. But it's hard because you have to do everything. You're a one-man show. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then these days we got to be the marketing team.
Yes.
We got to be the accountant. We got to be the CEO. You got to be all of these different roles to keep this business going.
Yes.
I just had recently got me a second phone. I just haven't.
Me too.
Did what I need to do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to keep this current number for my business since everybody got it.
Yeah.
But I still ain't figured out who I'm going to allow to have my other phone number.
Yeah.
Shoot. Because when I was talking to y'all about them group messages, I'm like, do I want to keep y'all on this work phone?
Yeah. And I messed up and had my personal phone on Google. And I'm like, who is this? Keep calling me. Oh, hi, can I get an appointment? Are you taking walk-ins? And I'm just like, this isn't the wrong number is what
Right.
I start telling them, because it's the wrong number, but I've now separated it completely, and you just got to put it down.
Yeah. Yep. So what are some of the challenges you guys feel like y'all face with being a mom and an entrepreneur?
It's time management, because my kids are in sports right now, and it's some days where I have clients and I can't do both. So I have to figure out, like, I'm going to be at this football game, but I'm going to go leave, and then, I got to come back. But it's just like the time management is it's a huge struggle. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that's a struggle for me as well, the time management. Just trying to get it all done. And I have help from my mom and my stepdad, but it's still like the things that I need to be present for that I have to do, so just trying to learn how to juggle.
Because I feel like you always, I know me personally, I always feel like, am I doing enough? It's like sometimes it's like with also being a single mom too, it's like I gotta go to work because I gotta make the money to pay the bills and take care of you. But then you don't want to miss your kids' things either, and it's like learning how to navigate that. And who child?
And kids don't know either, because they like, well, mama,
why you can't be there?
Yeah, you your own boss. Like, can't you do? And I'm like, but baby, we still have to work to make the money.
Right.
So
my son told me that he thought my 7-year-old, he thought I was rich because I'm on YouTube. I'm like, that's not how that works, sir.
No, tell him not yet.
Okay, not yet. It's coming, but they just be so naive. They just assume.
Yeah.
Child.
They do.
And I don't know. And I guess because also, too, they don't, when we was kids, just like how you said about your grandmother, like, how does she do it all? As a child, we don't be thinking, like, y'all really have to plan and be everywhere. And now that you're older, I'm just be like, woo, child.
And we weren't asking all of those questions either.
I
find, like, now, like, he asks questions about everything. Well, why you have to do that? Well, what time you gonna get off? Oh, so you're not going this week? When you gonna come to the next one? Like, it's you have to answer questions.
Well, that's because too, I feel like we parent differently. We allow our kids the freedom to express themselves, and back then it was just like, just do what I say.
Right.
Ain't no questioning me.
Right. And I find myself trying to tap into that. That gentle parenting versus the other. Like, you find yourself trying to. I want him to be, because it's us, so I want him to be comfortable
to
talking to
you.
me and telling me certain things. So sometimes I do be open to answering the questions, but at times I'll be like, look, now I said
what I said.
Exactly.
Oh, how do y'all get over like mommy guilt when you do have it?
So I've put a thing in to where I know I'm stretched thin. I can't be everywhere at one place. So I came up with an idea that I take each kid on a separate date at a separate time, whether it's my 11-year-old is into boxing, and so my friend, she has a boxing class on Tuesday, so I'm like, okay, that's our Tuesday date, we'll go do that. My 14-year-old, he thinks that it's cool that him and his mom has braces at the same time, so we take that time to go to the orthodontist and like have a Starbucks drink. So I feel like I'm not as guilty because I can take that time with each one of them separately.
Being intentional.
Yes, yes. And I think that they feel more like, okay, she's spending this time. It's just us, nobody else. And, that's something that they look forward to.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
I struggle because I find myself trying to overcompensate a lot because I'm the sole parent, So I'm like, I gotta be the nurturer, I gotta be the disciplinarian. I gotta do all this stuff. So I just try to still love on him, in the midst of it. When I feel like that, like, dang, maybe I shouldn't have been that hard or whatever. But just communicating through it.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I be having to talk to myself too and say, you can only do your best.
Yeah.
Give yourself grace.
Yes.
Cause child, that guilt will eat you up. I feel like no matter how much you are doing, it's gonna be something that's gonna make you feel like
you're not doing enough.
So how do y'all balance growing your business and still remaining like an active mother?
I try to take my kids along the journey with me.
Okay.
So, like I worked from home for a while. Like I just recently went into a suite. So it was easier then because I was at home. I was active then. You know, they was there. I had a room. They'll come peep in. So it was much more comfortable that way. But when I branched out and went into a suite, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not at home anymore.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're looking for me. But hey, y'all want to come to the suite? Like, you know, you have to find a way to kind of just spend that time with them no matter what, because being an entrepreneur is a nonstop thing. So.
Yeah, and I guess that is like the incentive of owning your own business, because you do have the liberty to bring your kids if you need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what about
that's
you?
pretty much what I do. Like, if I gotta bring them, I gotta bring them. Like, I'm gonna get it done.
Yeah.
Do what I gotta do.
That's how I am too. But so my youngest son's dad, he helps me out with my oldest one too. He considers that to be his father figure, his dad. And but I would bring them to the shop with me, and then he'd be like, them boys don't need to be up there at that salon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come get them. And so he tries his way all the way around it all the time to make sure that they ain't spending that long of a time at this beauty shop with the women. And I'm like, child, I just feel like as a mama, you just gotta do what you gotta do. I'm okay with it. Like, he gonna sit right there, look at that iPad while I finish his head.
Some little work, a book, you know, his iPad, let him stay entertained. But you know, with him being the only child, it's him wanting to be there. Like, you know, Mom, what can I do? You know, can I sweep? Can I do this?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to work. I'm in my groove, and he like standing right there. I'm like, fine. Yeah. But yeah, you do what you got to do.
Yeah, that is true. I also just be feeling like, I guess sometimes like when I'm at home with the kids too, because, you know, you'll be like trying to post stuff and trying to do whatever you might have to do on the computer or anything. And I have found myself in the past, like just on electronics. And I'm like, no, you got to be present, put that down and actually engage in things. And so, and I do that with them too in their electronics. I'm like, put them away. Let's actually talk about what's going on in your life and all of that.
And my son has no problem. Like, Connor has no problem with saying, Mom, you've been on your phone too long. And I'd be like, okay. You know, because sometimes you be in a group, you're trying to get this together, trying to post this or trying to handle or, you know, check your schedule, do that. And, you know, sometimes he just remind me and I'd be like, you're right. And then I just, you know, put it down, focus back in.
Yeah. Yeah. Do y'all have like a something new that you want to do? Like something you're trying to achieve, or a new goal you got set in your mind that you want to do?
I am trying to write a children's book.
Okay.
Just based on just the experience of about a breast cancer. I'm a survivor. Amen. So just from the aspect of how my son, you know, dealt with everything. So that's different for me, like completely different. But I'm trying it.
Yeah, I think that'll be good. I can see that for you. I really can. So how do you? Because I feel like when I've had other ideas, like me adding like this podcast onto my schedule, I was like, oh, what I'm gonna do, because that's still gonna take away time. I already feel like I be having my time being stretched in. And I was like, when I added this on, I'm like, okay, well, how is it gonna affect my kids? And I had to think about like, okay, me achieving something else, like what's they gonna look like for me? And like, is that something that goes to your head when you've been thinking about like doing this book and what it's gonna take?
Yeah, you know, and then you have to just, you know, like my whole thing is just stepping out on faith again. Like if it was put on my spirit, I'm gonna do, you know, what I have to do. Yeah. No matter, you know, how long it take me. Like I told the lady that I'm working with, my writing coach, I'm just like I had to cancel today. I was just like, all of this stuff going on, I had to come do this. I told her, let's reschedule, you know, our session or whatever, just because I want to go in there ready and able to focus in. Yeah. Like whatever I do, I'm focused in on it. Like, so that's just my thing.
Yeah. And you said something too. That's why I went ahead and I felt okay with doing the podcast, because I felt like when I got the idea, it was something I was thinking in my head, but I also was like praying to God to show me what was next for me. Right. And then people started telling me, you should do a podcast. You should do a podcast. And I'm like, okay, God, that's you. Right. Letting me know this is where I need to go. And so I had made it a point within the last couple of years to make sure that what I pray to God for and he delivers for me, that I'm obedient to it. And I really, because it's been times I prayed and he gave me exactly what I prayed for, and I mismanaged it, and I stay on what I want to do, you know. So here I am, and it's worked itself out.
It has.
I think for me and my husband, we talk about. We also have an Italian ice cart, and so he wants to expand that, and I think that my next move would be something more so of a family business, so that way we can build that generational wealth for our kids, because I'm telling them, like, y'all gonna be scooping these snow cones and you know, this gonna be all left to y'all. So I think for me it's been trying to figure out what exactly we want to do as a family business.
That's good.
Yeah. How do y'all like persevere or get through like the tough times when it's real trying?
Prayer. I had a breakdown and I was like, I'm about to cut back. I'm about to stop taking new clients. And I went to work and I put my gospel music on and a song came on. I text my husband. I'm like, I just have to have grace. You know, like you get so worked up and you be ready to quit. But sometimes you just have to have grace, because God has never failed me since I've been on this journey. So
say that.
Once he's the foot of everything, the head of everything, that's all I base it off of. And God gonna tell me the right moves, and I'm gonna be disciplined, and I'm gonna do what he tells me to do.
Yeah, but I know what you mean though, because sometimes we're human, we gonna get worked up sometimes. But having that faith to fall back, like not fall back on, but really having that like to be your center, it helps you so you can fall back and get yourself back down to the place.
I literally was just like, today I'm closing my books. Like it was made up in my mind, and the minute I got there and I started working on I almost jumped up and started shouting. But I'm like, okay, God, I'm listening.
Because he know right when to come in and let you know. It'd be like the little whispers. So knowing all that y'all know now about entrepreneurship and motherhood, is it something that you would go back and do differently?
No, for me.
I would have to say no. Also,
I probably would have quit my job sooner.
That's what I was just going to say. I think I would have started doing hair sooner.
I probably would have quit my job sooner, because I literally was in a space where I probably said I hated my job for 4 years straight. And I was just there, going through the motion for whatever reason. Every day I was saying, I'm going to quit. But, I mean, I stayed there for that long for whatever reason. I don't know. But, I probably would have just quit sooner.
Yeah, like I said, I knew I wanted to do hair all of my life. And when we were in high school, my school counselor said that I couldn't take cosmetology because it was going to affect my core GPA. And I'm like, girl, I want to be a hairstylist. Like, let me take cosmetology. She would not put me in that program. And also I couldn't go to my mama and say, Mama, can you tell this lady to let me take cosmetology? Because she wasn't for it either. And I just, looking back, I just wish I would have done it sooner.
Were you doing hair in high school?
I was for like my friends and stuff, my friends and family members or whatever, because it was just like, I like to do it. And then I was just, sometimes me and my friends would be hanging out and I'm like, let me do your hair. And then it became, can you do my hair? Or whatever.
I started as early as middle school. And I mean, it just kept going from there. And then I called myself, like when I went to college in Austin for a little bit, you know, my mom, single mother, we weren't getting that much financial aid. So I'm like, well, why don't I just go to, beauty school, get my license, and I can just pay my way, through school.
Through college. Please. Please.
Started doing hair. I'm like, I am home.
Okay.
Yeah, no. So I didn't go back and try to do anything until like long after.
Yeah.
The one thing I would say though is the money management end of it. Like if I would have started then, I'm pretty sure like I would be further along with savings and all of that, because them rainy days stuff start popping up. You got a dip in there.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was one thing that I wish I would have started earlier.
I think also like the beauty industry as a whole has evolved.
It has
so much. And so back then my mama didn't want me to do hair because she thought that it was something that I wasn't going to make much money off of. Because, back then people was getting $30 shampoo and styles. Yeah. It wasn't really wearing much weave, and it wasn't really, I don't think, much that you can capitalize off of because they were charging so little. And then like now, the industry has boomed.
Yes.
And then, like, even back then, people weren't getting their lashes done. And that's a whole new little segment. And so now it's like a real money maker. And here we are.
Yeah.
Making it happen. So what advice would you give, like, a new mom that is coming into entrepreneurship? I think based off of the last thing that we just talked about, I would just say do it as soon as possible.
Yeah.
If you have that feeling, don't second guess yourself. Just do it.
Yeah. Let's just say, step out on that faith. Like, if it comes to you and you have that, the passion to do it, just go for it. Yeah.
I agree. So what's something that y'all feel like y'all struggle with as a mom? Besides the time management, we talked about that.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard for me with the boy, Like, I know how to girl, but I'll be having to call my guy brother or my homeboys, and like, look, I'm doing this, what I'm supposed to do, So I think it's just like trying to raise a boy. Yeah.
I think it's being more affectionate because I have put myself like, you a boy, mom, you got to be hard, you got to stay on it. But now my oldest son, he's so lovey-dovey, and sometimes he's like, mama, you need to loosen up. But, like, I'm so tired, like, what, right, so I think it's like just being more affectionate and a little bit more softer with them. Even though they're boys, I know sometimes they just want to be,
they still want to be loved on.
Yeah.
Same thing. I'll be going back and forth because with the same thing, because I'm like, I don't want to make you soft.
Yeah.
But also I want you to feel like I love you.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, how you know when you're doing too much of either one.
Right.
Yeah.
Because just like you say, we don't know, we ain't men.
Yeah.
I was telling my sister and my brother earlier today, I'm like, I can't, you have some women out there that'll be like, I'm the mama and the daddy. I ain't the daddy because I don't know how to be a man, okay? I don't know what it's like to feel like a boy because I'll be looking at these men and I'm like, how do you think this in your head? So I don't know what be going on in their brain. So I can't tell you how to be a man, but I don't know. Like I said, we can still only do our best. Only do our best. I feel like something, I guess, I be trying to figure out, because I'm very, like, girly. I don't like outside. I don't like none of that kind of stuff. I don't want to be getting dirty and doing all of that. And but my kids are very much like Tonka truck boys. I'm just saying, like, they want to do all the boy things, and I've had to just, I guess, become accustomed to that over the years, and also just realize, like, the girly stuff is just for me and only me by myself, because they ain't going for it.
Yep. I'll be having to find the energy to get out there. He's like, Mom, come to the backyard with me so I can throw my football, So I had to be out there catching and throwing the football, and this is my first boy, so I'm having to get accustomed to these things. I haven't dated in a while, so I ain't had to be on no basketball, no football, like up to date with any of that. But now I'm having to get back into those things. So I get out there with them the best I can. But
same. That's what my kid be doing too. Come be outside.
But
I'll be like, ew.
We be in the house with it. My 7-year-old, he's following into his big brother's footsteps. So
that's what they do.
He's in flag football, and we all in the house. And I'm like, okay, y'all don't do this in my house when I'm not here. But,
but while we're doing it,
I'm just throwing the ball across, and you got to do what you got to do.
Y'all know what was a real struggle for me was potty training a little boy. That's when I was like called and I was like, can you teach him what he supposed to do with his penis? Because it's just like, I don't know, my kids, it was tough potty training. I couldn't understand for the life of me why my oldest, he knew that he wasn't supposed to be doing it, but he would do it. Like he would go and do like the number 2 and then take his diaper off and then go like put the diaper in the trash and then go sit down somewhere. And I'm like, you could go sit like on my couch or something without cleaning himself. And so I'm like, why couldn't you just go to the toilet? Like that would have cut out all of this mess in between. It ain't supposed to happen. I don't know how you think.
They say boys, it's a struggle for them. I just remember I was pregnant with my second kid. So the first one, I'm like, oh, you got to get potty trained because we're not going to be having diapers for two babies.
Two of them, huh?
So I just let him walk around with nothing. In a week, he was potty trained. I don't know how it's going to go this time around, though, with me being an older mom. I'd be confused about everything because what's going on now is not what was here 10 years ago. So we'll see how
and I feel like these new kids, they just come out different. I don't know what it is.
Yes. I say the pandemic babies because
well,
they are not
I have heard about them pandemic babies.
Yeah.
I heard they a little out there.
Yeah, thank God potty training wasn't
hard for you? Baby, that was a struggle for me. I'm like, I can't just sit down and show him. You just got to sit down. No. So what are you most proud of yourself for with being a mother?
I think just being that strong stand-up mom for them. Like, I keep it real with my kids and I don't sugarcoat anything because they're boys. And so I try my best to just always be open and honest and just straight up with them. So I think I'm most proud for just letting them know because they know what mama, I already know what you're going to say. I know you're not going to go for that. And so I'm happy to know. I think that if something goes wrong or goes left, that they'll be honest and open.
Talk to you about it. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just happy to be doing it. Happy for life. Happy to still be, thriving. Like I said, we have our moments. But we always get through them, It be challenging when you're in the midst of the storm.
Yeah.
But once you get over it, it's like, I shouldn't even been worried during that time. Yeah. But
yeah, because I look back on a lot of things that I've gone through, and I have to remind myself, girl, if you made it through this, that, and that, and that, you're going to get through this. Yeah. And I think, I'm going to say for myself, I guess it just piggybacks off of that. It's like the strength. I'll be proud of myself for sticking through it and being able to get through and just stand up and do it all over again. Because, child, life be lifing.
like tears and all.
Ooh.
But at the end of it,
Okay. It'll be all good.
Yes.
What's your favorite part about being a mother?
Mine is just seeing him just there, him smiling and laughing and playing. Like, he don't know all of the struggles, to a certain extent. Like, because even when I went through everything that I went through, I was honest, and upfront with him as well. And try to break it down for him to where he will understand. But just, just seeing him, period. Like, waking up to him, like praying over him, in the middle of the night. And just having him to get up every morning and we just doing it again. Just the gift, of having my baby. Yeah. That is my reason.
I think keeping up with them TikTok dances. I be trying to be the cool mom and my kids be like, Mama. And I'm like, yeah, baby, just don't think that I ain't got it because your mama still got it. But just being, like I said, open and honest and just cool and being able to say, okay, when you get older, we're going to go out and we're going to do this and that. So
I'd be surprising my kids too with them TikTok dances because I be feeling like they be looking at me like, girl, you like it's somebody's mama.
Yes.
And I'm like, sir, first of all, a lot of these songs they just repurposed them.
Right.
And these dances, baby, I can still dance. And my youngest son, he is very animated. So he'll be like, Mom, how you know? I'll be watching. Don't sleep on me.
I know it's coming. I be trying to shelter his TikTok. So we'll do something every now and then. But I know when he get on there, he gonna be wanting me to do all of that too.
Yeah.
My son just asked for us to start a YouTube page. He wants to start a YouTube page. He said we need to make YouTube shorts. I'm like,
that's what
you want to do.
That is new because Hunter wants to do the same. Yeah.
And I mean, eventually it could be a moneymaker.
I was about to say, this that generation.
Yeah, I be
it is.
Too, and I be on Instagram doing YouTube videos, and they like, yeah, come on, Mom, and they be ready. They camera ready all the time, but it's just a joke for right now.
I struggle too. with this as an entrepreneur as well. But I'm not a person that likes to grab my phone and record everything, or like even when I'm in the moment, I don't like to just be taking pictures. That's just not naturally me. And so I have to really be intentional about that. When it comes to like promoting my business and I guess showing people my life. And but when my kids say that they want to do that, I'm like, oh Lord, I really gotta really pick up my phone and really
yeah, it's a lot. And I think it comes natural for me, because even like at the family function, everything, that I'm the one with the camera. My family like, yeah, she gonna make a reel, we know she gonna get it. But I mean, I enjoy doing it, I enjoy making the memories, but it is a lot. Like my husband had to become accustomed to it, because he's more laid
always
back
got that phone out.
Yeah, he's just like, why we gotta know all that? And so now as the time goes by, he's like, oh baby, I know you got a video. And I'm like, yeah. So now it all matters, because a few years from now we can look back on these videos that I was taking. So
I'm so happy that you found love again, girl. I can't wait for us to get there.
Love is a beautiful thing. I try to tell people all the time, because like I said, I hear the dating pool isn't that awesome, but when God say
it's time,
you listen and you do it. And I mean, it is definitely a beautiful thing.
That's nice. That's so nice. I got one more question for y'all before we get out of here. Who's your inspiration?
I would say my grandmother. I gave you the story already, and I mean, she just was a strong Black woman. And I think the Black woman, period, is my inspiration, because we are so strong and we can do so many unimaginable things. And so definitely the strong Black woman is my inspiration.
Ditto. And just being raised by a strong Black woman, my mom, her having 2 girls and practically doing it by herself. We did have a stepfather to come in and he helped, but it was a lot of times that she was she had to do it by herself. So she inspired me, just looking at how she was with us, and we turned out great.
Okay. I think that Black women set the tone.
Yes.
Okay, that's it. That's the period, the point, and the blank. Okay. Well, I want to thank y'all so much for joining me. This is great. I think that the folks need to hear our side of the story. The show. Y'all want to plug your businesses before we get out of here?
You can follow me. My personal page is at The Real Sana, SANA, and my business page is She Winks, and that's WIN with an X.
I am Hair by Khasauna. That's KHASAUNA. And pretty much you'll see me most of the time there. That's my personal and my business page. So y'all can follow.
Yes, and then I'll make sure to tag y'all information down below so they can just click on the link and get right there.
I want to say something though. If it is somebody out there who is straddling the fence and you are second guessing yourself on if entrepreneurship is something that you want to do, you thinking about it, so that means you want to do it. And so I encourage any woman, I mean, not any woman, any man, whoever, it's enough money for everybody. And I tell people all the time, like, just do it. If you fail, dust yourself off, try again. But definitely I want to encourage whomever, if there's something that you want to do, to get up and do it.
And believe in yourself first.
Yes.
And keep going. Because you're going to have times that's going to make you feel like, am I doing the right thing? Should I really be doing this? I ain't making no money. But it's going to all work out. You just got to remain consistent and keep at it.
Ride that wave, man. If you're having a wave, just continue to ride it. But that's good. Yeah.
So thank y'all for joining us. Once again, every Monday, 7 a.m. You know where to find us on YouTube or your favorite podcast platform. Make sure that you rate, like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let us know what you think about this episode. And if you want to keep the conversation going, do that. Comment down below. But until next time, we're out. Peace.